Hi everybody, welcome back. You are watching The Better Half. I'm Amy Hanton, also known as the Cooking Mom, in the kitchen with a fantastic cook who loves to cook for her family and entertain. Emily Nelson, wife of Jordy Nelson. Great to see you.
Hi, nice to be back. Thanks for having me.
You betcha. She really is an awesome cook, and we love it when she shares her recipes on the show. So I'm pretty excited about these recipes that we're featuring today because these are family favorites.
Yeah, they, well, there's kind of a theme here today. Bananas, specifically kind of overripe bananas. My son loves bananas, and so I'm always looking for recipes to use up overripe bananas. So yeah, we have a few good ones here today. So.
You got to stick around and watch what we're making. But first of all, we've got a picture of Emily and her son Royal, who's just a cutie pie. Bananas, you know what? There could be worse things to be in love with. So
that's right. Yeah.
You know.
If I let him, he would eat a whole bunch in one day. Really, he loves them that much. So I buy a lot at one time. So.
And I think, we all have it where we buy them and a few days later they didn't look so pretty, but there's still a lot of really great flavor in them.
Oh, for sure. And actually, Royal, he likes them when they have brown spots. He won't eat them unless they have brown spots because he's figured out that they're sweeter that way.
True.
So, but there's a very small window of where he'll eat them, and then when they're not not so good to eat. Yeah. So yes, I do get left with overripe bananas a lot. So
that's when you need to make Emily's big old delicious banana sheet cake with homemade cream cheese frosting, which is what we're making today. And I love the idea of doing a sheet cake because then you've got plenty to share, plenty to bring to the office.
Oh yes, yeah. There's always leftovers, and I mean, I've heard. I've made it for other people, and I've heard that there's sometimes fights over the leftovers of this. So it's just what I hear.
I can understand that happening. Yep. My daughter has told me that I better bring home a piece. So Ireland, we will do that. Okay, first thing we're going to do is get the cream cheese frosting underway, and a pretty standard cream cheese frosting. But for me, I'm not a big fan of store-bought, canned frosting, so the extra effort in going to make the cream cheese frosting, bring it on.
For sure, yeah. I always make homemade frosting, whether it's cream cheese or just buttercream or
all
chocolate.
It
does. It makes a huge difference for a cake. So
1 block of softened cream cheese that we let at room temperature. 1 stick of butter.
Yep.
Softened also. Do you try and pull it out a few hours ahead or even overnight?
I do, or if I happen to forget, I'll just put it in a bowl and I'll stick it in for 20 seconds in the microwave. You don't want it to melt, but so kind of keep an eye on it. But if it comes to that, it usually works all right too.
Okay, so good deal. So we'll get the butter and cream cheese going. We'll beat that a little bit. Teaspoon of vanilla?
Yep, teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay. And then gradually, I'm going to add the powdered sugar. I'm not going to add it all at once because I'll be wearing it.
Right. So. Yeah, you'll have a cloud of whites around you if you add it all at once.
Not that that's ever happened to me. I think it's happened to all of us. So
sure.
I'm going to just keep an eye on the frosting, and I'll let you take it over and start making the banana sheet cake.
Okay. Sure. Well, we're kind of going to start a little bit the same way. We're going to cream together a stick and a half of butter. With our sugar.
I'm making a mess already over here. And by the way, we picked up the butter at Quick Trip, which is a great place to stop, and the bananas. So if you don't have time to go to the grocery store, they've got a lot of great stuff right there. So
yeah, they do.
Right, so softened butter, a stick and a half of it.
Yep. And we're going to cream that with our white sugar. Cream that together till it's nice, like light and fluffy.
Okay.
Mixed.
I'm cleaning up my powdered sugar mess. But you know what? Come on. Keeping it real here.
I was going to say,
you can't anything with powdered sugar, you're baking something. Half my kitchen is wearing it.
I would definitely not consider myself a clean cook. The kitchen's usually a disaster after I'm through with making whatever I'm making. So.
And that's why I love these ladies. You guys are also real. You really are. And I always say, a messy kitchen, that's what vacuums and dogs are for. So.
That's right.
And husbands. Okay, so I'm going to keep adding carefully the powdered sugar, and you keep telling us what you're doing over there.
Yep, so once the butter and sugar's creamed together, we'll do a teaspoon and a half or so of vanilla.
You cook like I do. Little extra vanilla.
Yeah,
never hurt anybody.
Vanilla, really.
Exactly.
So we'll add that in here real quick. Then once that's mixed in a little bit, we will add our eggs one at a time, 2 eggs.
Is there a reason why we do it one at a time?
You know, well, I will say another thing. I am definitely one where I change up recipes, I'll make substitutions, like I do that a lot actually. This is one recipe where I follow it to a T and it is perfect. So it tells me to add them one at a time, so I add them one at a time.
And you know, with cakes and baking,
yeah, it is, sometimes it is necessary.
Yeah,
so I don't know if that helps with the texture or the, you know, keeping it
Why
moist,
argue with
maybe,
it?
yeah. You know, I just do what I'm told when it comes to this one. So
should I start mashing some bananas?
Oh, yeah,
okay,
sure.
So about how many bananas?
4-ish is probably good. We want about a cup and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, it does take quite a few bananas. And if it comes to it, you know, if you have some frozen overripe bananas, you can always use those too. I prefer to use fresh, but frozen works just fine.
That is a great tip if your bananas are looking not so great, and there's, you know, throw them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer.
We make tons of smoothies, and banana is pretty much always one of the ingredients that I use in my smoothies. It gives it a nice creamy texture. So,
absolutely.
Which we'll see later with another recipe that we're doing. So while you're doing that, I might put together our dry ingredients.
Do you need a whisk or anything? Or are you okay?
Yeah, I might take a whisk and whisk them together. So we'll put our flour, salt, baking powder, and baking soda together.
I'm gonna use
all our dry ingredients.
I was using a fork, and I thought, you know what, a potato masher would maybe be a better.
Oh yeah, that would definitely
better
work.
tool for the job here. Frosting is looking really yummy.
So we'll mix our dry ingredients. And then we also might use that little bowl over there.
You betcha. Do you need a bigger bowl?
Yeah, I might take a little bit bigger.
How about that?
So we have our dry ingredients, and then we'll mix our sour cream and our milk together.
So it's going to be really nice and moist with that sour cream.
Oh yeah, the sour cream really adds a lot.
There we go, we got that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yep. There we go, so mix sour cream.
Do the bananas go right in here now?
Not quite yet. We'll actually add that last.
Okay. I just want to dip into this cream cheese frosting because it looks amazing.
Oh yeah, you have to taste test. You can't serve things to people without.
Okay, I'll do that. Don't tell anyone.
Without tasting it.
So good.
So you kind of mix the milk and the sour cream together.
Okay.
Till it's nice and incorporated. And then we'll add our dry ingredients and the sour cream and milk mixture alternately with this. So I guess, I don't know, do you want to beat?
You bet.
So again, the recipe says to start and end with the dry mixture.
Okay.
Doesn't say why, but I have faithfully followed the recipe because it turns out so great. I don't want to mess with it. So a little bit alternately, dry ingredients and sour cream mixture.
And you want to bake this in a big old sheet pan. So one of those nice big sheet pans that makes a huge batch. So we'll just keep adding.
Yep.
And then the bananas go in last.
Yep, and then we'll add the bananas.
Okay, so we're going to keep adding. We'll add the bananas, and then this bakes for about how long, Emily?
25 minutes. So it really, I mean, it's a really easy, fast recipe. So, I mean, which I love because, you know, you don't want to slave away and then be tired, and, you know, so it comes together really quickly and it bakes quickly, and
look at
nice.
Look at this huge batch. So this is our baked with a little bit of powdered sugar on it, a banana sheet cake. Our frosting is ready. While the ladies are chatting, we are going to frost and decorate this with some chopped walnuts on the top, and I can hardly wait to dive in. Thanks so much for sharing the recipe.
Yeah,
really
no problem.
appreciate it. And she's not going anywhere. Coming up, we're going to make one of her son Royal's favorite smoothies, a healthy smoothie, and a fun little treat too, a quick fix treat, sweet treat. So the ladies will be right back. You're watching The Better Half.